Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendolife here, and today we're going to be looking at just a mere sliver of the finest games coming to the Nintendo Switch in the month of April. As always, this is not every game coming to the Switch because loads haven't been announced yet, and also we want this video to end at some point. This is just our hand-picked creme de la creme. You may disagree, that's fine. We forgive you. But anyway, that's more than enough waffling. Let's dive right into things. On the 2nd of April, we have got the wonderful Darksiders Remaster. What is it, like Warmastered? No, it's Warmastered. I've never played Darksiders. I played the second game, Darksiders 2, on the Wii U. At least I'm pretty sure it was on the Wii U anyway. And it was a great game, and it's been very well received. A lot of people have said a lot of nice things about it. A lot of people have said a lot of middling things about it. But overall, I think, yeah, it looks like a damn fine game, especially in the looks department. I think this version of the game is actually quite old. It was like released in 2016 or something, but it's a remastered edition. It's coming to the Switch. It's a good. How can you argue? Maybe you can. Let us know in the description down below. The description. Moving on to the 4th of April, we have got Mechstermination Force. Now at a glance, you might be thinking, hang on, that looks awfully like Cuphead. Are they trying to coincide the release with another game that will definitely be on this list later on? And that's not even sarcasm. Well, actually, it's kind of embarrassing. The creator, Bertel Horberg, sorry, I've probably completely butchered your name there, he actually expressed concern because he planned for this game to come out and then Cuphead got announced and he was like, oh dear. If you don't know, this is made by the same chap who made the excellent Gunman Clive and Gunman Clive 2, and as such, that should be enough to get your attention. It certainly got mine. Then on the 9th of April, we have got Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Now, I have played a Phoenix Wright game. I didn't play it nearly as long as I should have done, or at least I wanted to, but it was, I downloaded it and it was for work and it was on like a 3DS capture unit, which if you've ever seen, which we can't because we're not allowed to. But it's got these great big chunky cables coming out the side. It's not a comfortable way to play the game, and as such, I never gave it the time that it really deserves. So the fact that it's coming to Switch in HD, oh, that's a good. Also, I've never completed a case on it, so it's all new to me, which is apparently the best way to experience it, because obviously if you know the outcome, you can, you know, like just sort of finagle your way through, and it doesn't make it nearly as interesting. So yes, I'm a smiley boy. Moving on to the 12th of April, we have got something that is technically not just one game, and you could argue it's more hardware, but you know what? Shut up. Labo Toy-Con 4 VR kit. Yes, it's the VR cardboard experience that everyone's been talking about. Well, we have at least. If you didn't see it, I did do a video previously where we talked all about it because we actually had a go on it and had fun and, you know, played around with a few of the bits. It was mainly just one of the Toy-Con, the shooty thing, the bazooka. I think that's what it's called in Japan. I can't remember what it's called over here. Blaster? Something like that. And we had a surprising amount of fun with it. I'm still concerned about longevity, and I'm not entirely certain whether people are going to be playing it to death every day for 4 years to come. You know, that's unreasonable. But even so, it looks promising, and I really want to get my hands on the full thing. And the VR garage, oh, that's going to be a spicy little number. Then on the 16th of April, we have got Final Fantasy X/X2. I really should have said 10. HD Remaster. Now, I've not played either of these two games, and considering how many Final Fantasy games are coming to the Switch now, there's a possibility I never will, or at least not properly to completion. But it's a mainline Final Fantasy games, and they're always good value, and it's a double bundle together in HD on the Switch. You can play it anywhere. What are you arguing about? Similarly, on the 16th of April, we have got My Time at Portia, which I keep misremembering as My Time in Portia. This is a sort of a farming simulator, very similar in terms of its DNA to things like Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons and all that gubbins. And whilst it doesn't look like it's going to shake up the formula anytime soon or do anything really revolutionary, it looks like a really solid one of these types of games. I really like the fact that it's all 3D rendered and you can just go wandering around. It looks really vast and expansive. Yeah, it just looks like a good game. And that's what this list is about. Games that look good. Then on the 18th of April, who'd have predicted it? Except everyone who was paying attention in the video. Cuphead, the previously Microsoft sort of exclusive but also on Steam kind of game, is coming to the Switch. It's meant to be hard as knackers. Obviously, I've seen loads about it, but I have specifically never played it because I was kind of hoping it would come to the Switch, and now it is. I'm a very happy bunny. I love this kind of game. I love the art style. The whole thing just looks really polished and really lovely, and just overall looks like an amazing time. And it's going to be on the Switch. Have I mentioned that? Also on the 18th of April, we have got Katana Zero, which is a fast-paced, action-based kind of Katana ninja-style slicey game. That's its actual genre. I just overall really like the look of this game. I think it's a beautiful, high-octane thrill ride with going around giving slicey and killing a load of people and trying to go undetected and all that. It just looks like a great time, you know? Moving on to the 23rd of April, we have got Mortal Kombat 11. Now, we are yet to see any of this game running on the Switch, at least as far as we know, and we've heard reports from people, you know, like who actually work for the developers or the publishers saying it looks fantastic, which... well, they would, wouldn't they? There is a bit of concern with how this is going to run on such a low-powered console compared to things like the PS4 and the Xbox One and PC. Is it coming to PC? I genuinely don't know. And the fact that it's now less than a month away from release and we still haven't seen any footage doesn't feel great, you know? It feels a little bit, oh, does it actually run terribly? But we don't know, and the proof of the pudding will be in of the eating. I'm sure we'll see gameplay footage before release, and then people can make a decision based on that. But overall, looks like a great Mortal Kombat game. It's over the top, it's silly, it's funny, it's bloody, it's gory. It's gonna be fun. Similarly, on the 23rd day of the April month, we are going to be seeing Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. This is a remaster of a game released on the Xbox 360, I believe, and other platforms probably, you know, like the PS-4 minus what? That joke fell. And I've actually been actively avoiding looking too much into it because it looks like just my kind of game, to be honest, from the outset at the very least. And I don't want anything spoiled for me. It looks like a Skyrim game, but with more focus on story and, you know, that sort of same sort of a Dragon Age vibe. Actually, I've just realized I had a dream about Dragon Age last night, and it was like RTS. It's been very well received, and if it can live up to expectations, it's gonna be a damn good time, I'm sure. Moving on to the 25th of April, we have got SteamWorld Quest Hand of Gilgamech. If you've played any of the SteamWorld games, you know that this lot over at Image and Form can't make a bad game. Or at least I'm sure they probably could, but they haven't. This time it's set all the way back in ye olden medieval times, or at least it appears to be, but things aren't always exactly what they seem in the SteamWorld series, and this time it's a turn-based RPG, which is something they've never done before, or at least not in the SteamWorld series. I'm excited. I love SteamWorld games. I love the design. I love the refinement they always put in there. It's always polished down to the absolute nth degree, so you know it's gonna be good fun. I just hope that they can apply their hand to a turn-based RPG in the same way they have done with so many previous genres. On the very next day, yes, the 26th of April, we have got Box Boy exclamation mark plus Box Girl exclamation mark. Also known as Box Boy and Box Girl. It's a Box Boy game, it's a puzzle-based... Would you really say it was a platformer? I mean, there's jumping and stuff involved. I suppose you could say it's a platformer. It's a puzzle-based platformer, sort of short little mini levels trying to work your way through, using Box Boy and indeed Box Girl's various abilities to make the whole thing lovely and not die. Never actually played a Box Boy game, so I am really keen to get my hands on this one and play the ever-living nonsense out of it. And then finally on the 30th of April, we have got Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age. Once again, it's a game I've never played. I don't have enough time. I've always liked Final Fantasy games, not played many of the more modern ones, but again, once again, it's coming to the Switch. It's the most convenient and enjoyable way to play older games, because you can take it wherever you want, and you can plug it into a TV and it looks lovely. It's just... Bring everything to the Switch. Put everything on the Switch. It'll work. Again, this is just one of so many of the Final Fantasy games that they're bringing to Switch, and no doubt if they sell well, which I imagine they probably will do, then we're probably going to be seeing an awful lot more. And you know what? That doesn't sound like a bad thing to me. And there you have it. That is just a handful of the loveliest games coming to the Nintendo Switch in the month of April, according to this git here. Did we miss a game that you are absolutely ravenous for? Well, please let us know what it is down there in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you give that subscribe button a hand of Gilgamech, and be sure to check out nintendolife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye. Moving on to the 25th of April, we have got Steam World Quest, The Hand of Gil. It's not The Hand, is it? It's just Hand. Steam World Quest, The Hand of... It's not The! It's not The! Now, what do we reckon, boss? What are we gonna do with this guy? Are we gonna take him down to swimmy? Are we gonna make him an offer he can't refuse? Are we gonna tip dance on his grave and say, "Holy Nana"? That's what us Americans do, ain't it? I don't have a cigar, but you can bet your ass if I had one, I'd be smoking it like this. Because that's how you smoke a cigar. Oh lordy! Yee-haw! And that's my impression of an American.